back to the Daily Grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting B-word, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
What happens when Tekashi 6ix9ine run into one of the biggest gangsters on the fucking planet on his Test My Gangster World Tour? Now, who am I talking about? I'm talking about the UFC motherfucking champ Conor McGregor. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, what in the flying flipping flapjack is going on in this video? I'm about to explain. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a rapper, rainbow hair and shit. He's been on a Test My Gangster World Tour. He's from Brooklyn, he's from New York, but he's a rapper, so he's got a tour, he's got to make money, he's got concerts to perform at. He's been talking so much shit to not just, like every city he goes to. He's going to Minnesota. Hey, I'm about to come to Minnesota. No one's going to test my gangster. No one's going to touch me. I'm going to run you off your own block. And guess what's next? I'm going to Los Angeles. And guess what? None of them gangsters are going to touch me either because I can't be touched. I'll never be touched. I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine with the rainbow hair, and it gives me the powers to never be touched. You see the fucking rainbow power, dog? So Tekashi 6ix9ine's been doing this, boom, and the world tour continues. He did just get touched for the very first time, although it wasn't what people really needed to see. People want to see this dude really get more than beat up, you know what I'm saying? Because he's taunting gangsters, and it's not that they want to see it, they expect it to happen. You know, well, some people want to see it too. This guy's got some fucking charges, allegedly, you know, like some chomo charges, but I think he might have been 17 years old too. I don't know the details on all of that shit. He might have been 17, 18, some shit happened. Go check the details out, but that plays into why a lot of people hate him. But also the thing is, it's a lot of clout involved. People say, oh, this rainbow hair motherfucker's coming to my town talking about test my gangster. Well, I'm gonna test his gangster, you know. And hey, this isn't about, you know, my rap crew, the Versace guys. You know, I'm not doing it for clout, but you know, I'm still gonna mention my rap gang or my rap group, even though I don't want no attention. I'm just still gonna give him a shameless plug. But hey, Tekashi 6ix9ine, don't come to my fucking city, fool. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, a lot of these people are kind of doing it just to help jumpstart their rap careers. But a lot of people are actually legitimately pissed off. For whatever reason, a lot of people want to see this dude get his motherfucking taco busted. So with that being said, he just left LA and he got in a scuffle. It was 2v4. His team had the 4 or the 5, and they essentially lost the fight to 2 dudes. And I did a video on it because I do mixed martial arts, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I cover on YouTube. But I keep up with the hip-hop news on all of the hip-hop channels. So I paid attention to what was going on. So when I saw that fight, I was like, none of these niggas can fight. Holy smokes. That looks like the normal hood fights from back in the day before I even watched MMA, when I was just growing up watching, you know, seeing motherfuckers fight in the streets, you know, when we would get into fights at school and shit. That shit is so... None of you niggas can fight back. You know, back in the day, you don't know that because that's all you see. But now that I'm such a big fan of MMA and shit, man, even if you just watch boxing, you know, none of these dudes had hands. But that's probably why a lot of these guys aren't known for throwing hands. They usually probably have a pistol or something like that. And then if it really gets down to it, that's where a lot of the bullshit comes from. So what I'm going to do here, since I'm a fan of both of them, I'm going to give you guys a scenario of what would happen if Tekashi 6ix9ine and his crew would have ran in to somebody that actually had some motherfucking squabbles, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that knew how to throw some hands, some feet, or even wrestle. I mean, this fight could have went so bad for all of these dudes. They really could have got dogged out by one. There was 2 on 4. If those 2 dudes were trained, it would have been over. And if those 4 dudes were fucking trained, then they wouldn't have looked like such, you know, they wouldn't have took such a big L in this situation. Because what happened in the fight, if you haven't saw it, was the 4 dudes got the first punch on a dude. He didn't drop. He didn't do nothing. You're like, what? You know, it started swinging on him. He was bigger than all of them. Nobody really did anything. On the 4 side, you know, it's 4 versus 2. One of the dudes was hitting their own friend on accident, using him as a human shield. It was a complete shit show. Tekashi 6ix9ine ended up running into the fight and didn't even get no good punch off. Got threw down in the middle of the street, rolling around. Okay, break it up. You know, it was a mess, man. The fight was a mess. I mean, All of them took a L, but since everybody wanted to see Tekashi get 9 get tested, you know, the other people got just that much of a W, because it's like, finally someone got him. You got him down in the middle of the street. But alright, all of that aside, this is what the fuck would have happened if Conor McGregor would have stepped out of that car instead of those 2 other dudes. You know, it would have been like, oh, you're Tekashi 6ix9ine, eh? You're the one who been saying test your gangster. You're from Brooklyn, and you know, hey, I'm the fucking Notorious. Does it sound familiar? Yeah. B.I.G. motherfucker. Boom, nigga, boom, nigga, boom, nigga, boom, nigga, boom, nigga. That's 5 motherfuckers that are asleep. Conor McGregor ain't getting to no talking. He ain't doing no fucking yelling. He ain't saying none of that shit. Oh, that bitch, oh. No, Conor McGregor's putting shit straight to sleep. He's gonna have all 5 of them dudes laid down in 6.9 motherfucking seconds, because he knows how to throw a real shot with some real motherfucking power behind it. He's gonna have you motherfuckers asleep, and he's gonna say, it's Biggie's Brooklyn, not 6ix9ine's Brooklyn, motherfucker. And he might fuck around, get the camera out, and some type of blade, or see, is that real fucking hair or a fucking wig, and get that shit the fuck on out of here. Because we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just end that shit for the whole next couple of years. You gotta regrow all of that shit, re-dye that shit. Somebody else is gonna have to tip you over the motherfucking Easter egg dye this year, my nigga, after you grow that shit back out. Because you can't be running around talking about test my gangster. You're giving the whole world a motherfucking bad name, nigga, the East Coast and the West Coast, because you ain't representing the East Coast right, because motherfucking that ain't how real thugs get down, you know what I'm saying, with the fucking rainbow here, talking about, I can't never get touched. Anybody knows they can get touched. It don't matter who the fuck you are. You can be the biggest, baddest goon in New York. You can get touched. You can be the hardcore niggas from the West Coast can get touched. They know that. That's why I don't come to your fucking city and say, hey, I can't get touched over here. Because even the biggest, baddest motherfucking goons know anybody can be touched. So I don't know who the fuck this little flabby chested motherfucking 6ix9ine rainbow hair nigga is thinking he can't get touched nowhere, because that's just not the case. And he's lucky, all of his boys are lucky, that they didn't run into somebody with some real motherfucking squabbles, or they could have all been taking a fucking LAX nap, as far as, you know, just sleep on the motherfucking sidewalk all over TMZ, and it could have been really bad. But lucky they ran into 2 dudes, and it was at the airport. There was no weapons involved, and everybody's just kind of holding L's. But Conor McGregor put them all to sleep. 6.9 seconds. You get the point. I just made all that up off the top of my head. That's what I do in these fantasy fights. But hey, it was fun. So with that being said, let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.